What's up, guys? Your boy Chris, Splatoon channel. Tell me more, the haven for early 2000s kids and a few 90s babies. And yeah, let's get into this. But before that, thank you guys for subbing. Thank you guys for liking this video, the other videos. I appreciate it. And keep on doing your thing, watch the videos. I'm trying to get that nostalgia in there. But today we'll be talking about Batman. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Batman the Brave and the Bold. An episode exactly. I think it's the season 1 finale or so. It's called Darkseid Descending. And in this episode, it's a bunch of cool stuff. I'm going to do other ones too, but I'm going to start off with this one. So this episode, because in Batman, the Brave and the Bold, it's not like the other Batman series where it's like super serious. And I guess Justice League Action is similar, but we're not talking about that series. In Batman, the Brave and the Bold is more like a comedy thing where, you see Batman acting all campy and goofy like he's in the 60s. So it starts out with a short with Firestorm, the superhero Firestorm. You have Ronnie Raymond, who usually isn't a teacher or a science teacher, but in this one, he's a science teacher who is using like football metaphors to tell us about covalence bonding. Just basically, what's it called? Atoms, switching electrons and stuff. That's how it starts out with. And a student asks, he's teaching in high school, by the way. A student asks another student who is Jason, the other Firestorm, asks him, he's like, is he teaching us? I thought this was chemistry class, right? I thought this was science class. He's like, yeah, this is science class, or this is chemistry class. This is just the way he teaches it. He's like using a football play, and this one hands off the ball or hands off the electron to this one, and that's how a covalent bond is formed. I'm like, I like your class, Mr. Raymond. So after this, a student, he's like, can someone open up the what's it called, the window of the classroom, because it feels hot in here. As soon as someone opens it, they get frozen. And guess who comes out of there? It is Killer Frost, or Louise Lincoln in this version. She's like one of the second Killer Frost, if I have to be specific. But anyway, she's here to get Ronnie for dumping her over text. And he never, pay for their dinners and stuff. I forgot what else he did, but she said she wasted her youth. What else he did, but she said she wasted her youth on him. And he's like, when she talked about the dumping her via text, he's like, it was the humane thing to do. This guy was hilarious. He was a douche, but he's funny. Then she tries to kill him because she's mad at him and she's gonna like take over the town or something. So he forms the fight. Batman comes in and distracts her and fights her while he forms the Firestorm Matrix with Jason. It's both of them this time making the superhero Firestorm. And then they get in a fight with her while she's still ranting about what Ronnie did to her, which, what's his name? Jason and Batman are like, wow, that's kind of messed up, man. I don't know if she's a villain. Essentially, that's what's going on in their head. But she loses to Batman and Firestorm. They put her in handcuffs, and she's like, this isn't the end, Firestorm. I'll be back. Some, normal supervillain talk and stuff. And Jason looks at, because he's a floating head inside of the body, he looks at Ronnie's like, great. Now she's not just your ex, but she's also your arch enemy. And my boy's like, is there a difference? I'm like, yo, as a kid, these things fly over your head. As an adult, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, chill. But yeah, the theme song goes, all that stuff. The episode proper itself starts out with Batman and Aquaman talking about, so we're forming a new league. This is the new JLI, not just the Justice League. It's Justice League International. They're like, so you're forming a new league? He's like, yep. But Aquaman's like, how, the way the old one ended, I don't think we should. He's like, yeah, it's all good. Batman's like, nah, we kind of need him right now. We need a new team. They're basically fixing up the old watchtower. So they open up the, I guess, hatch or something. Yeah, they open up the hatch or the garage door, the space garage door. And you have, I want to say, Beetle, Booster Gold, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Fire, and Ice. Yeah, and Booster Gold has Keats with him. And those are the I didn't count that. But those are the people. I didn't count it up. I'm not trying to count it because the video is already 5 minutes. Whew. But instantly, there's already dysfunction. Booster Gold is rude. He's cool, but he's a rude and a little bit self-centered. But you know who's even more... not Booster... What am I saying? Guy Gardner is a little bit rude and a little bit self-centered, but he's here to get the job done. Who's super rude and super self-centered is Booster Gold, and he has a big head. While Blue Beetle takes a picture instantly of being in the Watchtower. It's like, hey, selfie. I'm like, my guy, your supervillains will find out where you live. But Ice is kind of a ditz. She's like a Norwegian ditz, so she's kind of an idiot. A little bit, just a little bit. She's a little clueless, but they're all good people. While Fire's weird, chill. Fire is chill. She seems cool and fun. But then after this, we have them doing the orientation. Batman's like, okay, guys. Oh yeah, real quick. Booster Gold tries to hit on Fire and Ice, and that doesn't work out because the Watchtower is hot. So what's his name? Guy Gardner's like, if it's hot in here. Booster's like, oh, I know what's making it hot. Walks up to both of them, and they basically shut him down. He says some stupid shit about, oh, I'm as valuable as the real thing. He's like, I'm Booster Gold, and I'm as precious as the real thing or the real metal. Something stupid like that. So they freeze and burn him a little bit. And also Aquaman's like, oh my God, it's hot over here. He talks in like a Shakespearean accent. So get ready for that Shakespeare. Not from me, but from him. After this, what's his name? Martian Manhunter, who's fixing the heater, pops up. And my dude is the master of deadpan humor. So he pops up. He's like, yes, I know the AC is bad. Then guess what? Skeets, the robot for Booster Gold's like, I can help you, sir. And he's like, yay, great. That's just what I need. Another know-it-all. The way he delivers it, I'm like, yo, this guy is just tired of everything. He's just like, all of you guys, y'all can just go die. But after this, they do have their orientation meeting. Meeting. They're all sitting down. I think Guy first tries to hit on Fire. That doesn't work out. He gets burnt a little bit. And Booster tries to hit on Ice, and he gets frozen a little bit. So I was like, ooh, those girls are spicy. And they're like, Fire and Ice, there's a volatile combination. Something like that. What else happened here? Oh, yeah, Batman briefs them, even though they're all a little bit annoying. Blue Beetle was just excited to be here. Like, oh, this is so cool. This is awesome. Wow, Booster Gold just wants to get his publicity stuff in. Guy's like, oh, we should work like a team. He's not super uptight, but he's a little bit uptight. Ice is kind of dumb. And Wording Fire is just chill. She's just chilling. She's like, yeah, we're just doing stuff. Batman talks about the fact that he assembled them together because he sensed the question on an undercover mission. Oh no, the police is here. But yeah, Batman sends the question on an undercover mission to go to Apocalypse to go find out what was happening because there's sources or something that tells him that there's going to be an invasion or something crazy like that. So that's why he's forming the new team. And in the meantime, he lost contact with the question, so he's going to go see if he can decipher his like latest message that was like 2 weeks ago. So he tells John Jones to go, or Martian Manhunter to go give him a tour of the Watchtower. And he's like, really? In his head, he's like, but really? I gotta babysit this guy. So they start walking in the Watchtower. They go to the training room, and Martian Manhunter's like boring at stories. He talks about the one time that, or I don't know, maybe more than once, but the time that Superman challenged him to arm wrestling contest or something. I'm pretty sure arm wrestling contest. And all the other Justice League were like, nah, bro, you're about to get your hands broken. But he's like, nah, I have physics and intellect. And Aquaman's like, bro, your stories are so long, bro. So just get to the point. And he's like, I'm sorry, I tend to prattle along. Then he starts eating his cookies. And if you know about that, Martian Manhunter has I forgot the specific type of cookies, but he has a cookie addiction. He's like, I'm always eating them cookies. So while they were still doing the tour, they saw one of the rooms that used to belong to the previous Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. And Guy Gardner is like, oh, this room, I'm taking it. It's dibs because it has the Green Lantern symbol on it. As soon as he goes in, he just sees Booster Booster Gold with a bunch of Booster Gold not painting, posters and stuff. He's like, hey, what are you doing here? You need to leave my room. He's like, I call dibs. His robot Skeets is like, and firsties or onesies or whatever Z's. And that's how the fight starts. He tosses Booster out the room, but Booster comes back in, starts throwing these hands. And Aquaman was trying to, keep the peace while the girls are just laughing. Oh, boys always fighting. You have Blue Beetle out here taking pictures. So Aquaman walks in, he's like, hey, maybe we should settle this like civilized. They hit him in the nose. He's like, oh, mother of a blue whale or something. Oh, mother of a killer whale. Something great. Whale shark. Mother of a whale shark. And he hops in and starts beating their... He's super strong in this one, but he's always super strong, but he's super strong in this one, starts beating him up. So they have to like tag team in with their powers. They hit him a little bit, and Martian Manhunter doesn't care. He's just like chilling. But then I'm pretty sure Guy Gardner hits him while he's eating cookies, and his cookies spill on the floor, and he's like, turns into like a giant squid octopus thing. It starts solo beating the other three's ass. I was like, yo, this dude is cracked. But while they're fighting, Batman's like, he hears the gongs because they're superheroes. When they fight, you hear the bang, bang. So he's like, While they're fighting, the global alert / the trouble, whatever. I'll just call it the global alert. The global alert goes off, and what's his name? Martian Manhunter is like, Kratos of Phobos, the world threat alarm. And they're like, well, okay, what's happening? And it turns out boom tubes are starting to open up all over the planet and stuff. And they're like, okay, this must be an attack. Batman, at least, he's like, this must be an attack from Apocalypse. We need to do something. So he's like, well, let's get down there and save people. But all the other heroes are idiots. I think Fire's like, oh, is my outfit too short for me to go fight? While this perv, Blue Beetle's like, I'm wondering if it's short enough. I'm like, yo. Booster goes like, I'm gonna call my publicist. What's his name? Guy Gardner's like, yes, it's time to show you guys how to be a real hero, something dumb like that. But yeah, they all mouth off, and it's up to Martian Manhunter to be like, okay, guys, let's stop. This is our first mission. Let's get it together. If we're gonna go do this and win, let's not have it be that we're some bumbling idiots on our first mission and got our ass kicked. Let's go out there and win this thing. And they're like, yeah. They go down this. Literally the next scene, no fire, nothing, everyone just captured. Calabac captures everybody, and his parademons are there too. But yeah, while Calabac is mounting off, he's like, wow, out of all the planets we've conquered, this is like the easiest one. A world of heroes, they called them. Talking that smack. He has like Green Lantern's ring on his necklace, I think, and he has Booster Gold's suits on like a spear, while the other ones are also powered down. I think fire was frozen, while ice and Aquaman are like in the heater thing. So he's talking that smack. Then he's like, now it's just time to kill you guys. But while that was about to happen, another some parademons are like arguing or something. One parademon walks into the line. Maybe he came late, who knows? But he walks in, and the other demons are yelling at him. At that time, because he's Batman, he picks his lock, frees himself, and throws the batarang at the parademons that were fighting. So the parademon that just came late runs up, and it was a mistake. But you find out later. I'll tell you later. Why that happened. But he shoots his laser weapon at ice, breaking ice's shoots it at fire, breaking the ice around fire, freeing her, and spilling water on Aquaman. This Aquaman can control water, so spilling water on Aquaman. So he frees him and himself and ice, and everyone goes crazy. While obviously Batman's free, he got Guy Gardner and and what's his name? Booster Gold free. So they do the thing, escape. Guy Gardner grabs his flipping ring, and they run to the Lincoln Memorial, go underneath the statue. And apparently Batman has an auxiliary Batcave under the Lincoln statue. I was like, okay, when you're a billionaire, you can bribe the government to do whatever. So when they're there, they're now talking about the fact that basically the whole world has been taken over. what is their plan now? So they hit up this boy, Martian Manhunter, who's still in the Watchtower. He didn't come to fight. And they're like, so, Martian Manhunter, the situation is dire. What are we going to do? He's like, well, I can't find these parts because they stopped making them 20 years ago. My boy is still focused on fixing the air conditioning for the Watchtower with Skeets. Skeets is up there with him. And they're like, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Earth. He's like, oh, yeah, it's really bad. But don't worry. I got a plan. Batman asks him, since he's the team strategist. He's like, okay, the first form of attack is defense, distraction, and demolition. He pairs up the entire time. The first 2 times you have Blue Beetle and Beetle. But yeah, he says first we have, I think, Ice and Aquaman, or he says Ice and Beetle. He's like, no, and Aquaman. There's like, then we have Fire and Beetle. There's like, reverse that. It's Ice and Booster. Then the second one is Fire and Aquaman. And Beetle just says his name the first 2 times. He's like, no, not you, bro. You're gonna hang out with another person. It's gonna be you and Green Lantern. And the plan is essentially the first 6 fight the army while Batman sneaks in to destroy the boom tube generator, which the reason they're trying to do that is because Darkseid's going to come and turn the whole planet into a fire pit like he usually does. So that's how that's going to happen. So their plan is just to stop that and then figure everything else from that. But unfortunately for them, by the way, Ice hates Greeks. She says the Greeks are evil or something. She says it a lot in the episode, but not a lot, but a couple of times. But it turns out Booster Gold is out here sharing his location and talking to his publicist where he's at. And he's like, how many R's are in Armageddon, or how many D's are in Armageddon? One of the two. I'm pretty sure it's R's. Instantly, Calabac and the Parademons burst through and catch them. He's like, Batman just looking at this boy like, bruh, really? Y'all yourself snitching on us? Fucking dick. But yeah, they're like, okay, F it, just improvise. Guy Gardner punches Calabac in the face, and they all start whooping the butts. They attack all the armies, attack all the ships. Vermin Wunderbar is there. Mantis is there. Those are like 2 new god characters, if you know about them. They didn't do anything. They just got washed. Cameo washing. So after this, essentially they do the plan without doing the plan. I mean, it's weird. Essentially what they were going to, they just planned, they just did it anyway, but they improvised. Everyone just went and attacked. So Batman's running up to the boom tube generator to go turn it off. Well, as soon as he opens it, bam, he gets a fist to the face from Calabac. Launches this dude not a couple of feet, a couple of tens of feet back. And he's like, you're too late, Batman. Father's home. This is Calabac, by the way. Father's home. Then you see a big portal open up. A giant ship comes out. Then Darkseid flies down from the ship and lands. Then he's like, all of his son, his parademons, they all bow to him. There's like, something. I didn't become the most feared being in the whole universe by underestimating my nemesis or my opponent's Batman, my enemy's Batman. Because he's like, I think Batman's like, you know me, but something like that. But he's like, yeah, I know you, bruh. And now I'm gonna kill you. Shoot some Omega beams at him. My boy has to do like backflips, triple backflips. The thing is, they don't stop. They just like covering the whole screen. So eventually he kind of uses a rock to block it, but still he gets almost knocked out. And at that moment, the other Justice League members pull up, use all their powers, combine into attack. Hit Darkseid directly. My boy just uses one hand. He's like, talk to the hand, bitch. puts up one hand, creates a shield, bubble shield that blocks him. But his whole army, all the parademons and Calabac that were all around him, they were just flying away and stuff. My boy just chilling right there. And as soon as they stop, they're like, my boy just pushes the shield once. One hand takes out the Justice League. I was like, yo, this guy's OP. Maybe he should have been in the DCAU. Maybe he would have sunned Superman way more than the other Darkseid did. But yeah, he just one-handed these people. Basically, one-hand wave. They flew off. Then Batman taunts him. He's like, I think it's like, Darkseid, how long has it been since you've hidden behind your godlike powers and faced someone mano a mano? I'm not saying it verbatim, but come on, you get what I mean. Then he's like, a blatant attempt to taunt me. But to be honest, it's been I think it's been eons since I used purely physical force. My boy cracks his hand. I'm like, okay, Batman, you said you wanted to fight this dude. Good luck. Batman runs in, gets like shock gloves. So it's basically like brass knuckles, but they have electricity on both sides. So he's like, what's his name? Darkseid punches, creates a massive shockwave that blows a bunch of parademons away that were in front of him. But Batman gets the first hit, right in the forehead. Darkseid steps back a little bit, then he's like, bink. I will admit, Batman should be dead right now. He should not be alive. He should be very dead, but he's surviving. He's surviving this stuff. Hits him once. Batman flies super far into the Washington Monument. Because remember, they're in, I guess I didn't say this, but they were at the Capitol. They were at Washington, D.C. That's why they were by the Lincoln Memorial and stuff. But the monuments, my boy lands over there, rolls. It's like, my ribs. Well, he doesn't say that, but in his mind, it's probably like, my ribs. Darkseid pulls up, runs. Well, jogs. Boom, one hand breaks the whole monument. Batman's rolling over, or he does a backflip or something. Throws a bunch of batarangs that explode on Darkseid. He's still in his stance. They all stick on him. He's looking at it. Beep, 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 beep. Blows up. My boy's like, okay, whatever. Raises his hand, slam, smacks into the ground, and all the ships that are around them on the air and stuff just fly. There's a big shockwave, like a small nuke or, a super big bomb, I should say, just went off. Then he's like, that was exhilarating. But now it's time to separate you into the primordial ether. Or he first tells Batman, because Batman's knocked out, he's like, no clever retorts. He's like, okay, fine. Then I will separate your atoms into the primordial ether. His eyes light up like he's about to shoot the Omega beams. Then, out of nowhere, a bunch of boom tubes just start opening everywhere. I was like, yo, what did even as a kid, I was like, what did Batman do? This is some ass pull right here. How are you doing this, Batman? And that's kind of how he got defeated. The boom tubes open up all over the planet, sucking all the apocalyptic ships and the apocalyptic peoples and aliens, I should say. And he's like, you did this. How? Because my boy just looking at his boom tube generators like, what the fuck? How? So he tries to grab Batman. He grabs Batman's cape while the boom tube is sucking him in. So Batman has to like rip the rest of his cape off because he's getting beat up. His cape was already dwindling. So he has to rip the rest of his cape off. He falls into the portal. Bye-bye to Darkseid. Job done. Then it turns out a parademon comes out of the boom tube, and it turns out it is the Question. He had transformed changed his appearance into a parademon in order to infiltrate and stuff. And he's telling Batman this. He's like, I'm sorry, Batman, I couldn't communicate because I had to go deep undercover. I had to turn into a parademon in order to, get more info and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, that's cool. I'm happy you did that. And they're like, oh yeah, we can, stop similar incursions or invasions later in the future. Then the superheroes come and is like, I think it was Guy Gardner's like, great, can we wreck it? They're about to wreck the boom tube generator. And that's how that part ends. They all destroyed the boom tube generator. The girls like, boys, yeah, let them not have all the fun. And they joined in and broke the boom tube generator. After this, they go back to the watchtower. They're having like a small celebration or something. I'm trying to remember what else happens here, but it's just like the ending. They're like, oh, it's a great start to a great team, yada, yada, yada. And what's his name? Martian Manhunter is like, yeah, it will be even better with great AC. So he turns on the AC and it shorts out the whole power in the whole watchtower. He's like, I'll get the screwdriver. I'll get this toolbox. While Skeets is like, I'll help you, sir. He's like, I think something is wrong with the electricity, sir. So that's how that ends. And great memories of this stuff, man. This show is a great show. This is the review of it. I've made the review. I'm going to do at least 2 or 3 more of these. Yeah, definitely like 2 more of these. And thank you guys for watching. If you remember Batman the Brave and the Bold from back then, let me know. Drop a like, a sub, a comment. If you remember this episode, drop it. If you think Batman can legit beat the brakes off of Darkseid, let me know too. Hey, I ain't gonna talk to you about it, but well, I probably will. But thank you guys. Like, sub, share, comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.